Again, here I am again, Lazaro Diaz. But this time I'm in response to a particular viewer, Highlander 1968, who made a comment earlier today on the Hangouts on Air that I had this morning. This wasn't a viewer that was part of my Hangouts on Air. I don't believe so. This was a person who, after the fact, watched the video and placed a, I believe, in my opinion, a very negative comment. Now, everybody here knows me, okay? I am going to respond to any attack on me, any challenge on me, okay? Whether it be my teaching methods, whether it be subject matter, whatever it be, I'm not going to stay quiet, okay? Because I try to give the best that I can based on my personal and professional experience to help you acquire what you're trying to acquire, which is your CCNA X certification. I have always expressed that there's a lot of tools out there for you. The internet as a whole, whether it be YouTube, Google, Cisco.com, whatever it is, all right? I encourage you to use the website to research, not only to use one particular book, but to use everything at your disposal so you can go ahead and acquire whatever that goal may be. And in this case, we're trying to acquire the CCNA X. Okay? If you give an opinion, that's exactly what it is. It's just an opinion. And earlier today, I had mentioned that the Tom Lamley CCNA Routing and Switching book is a good book. It's the book that I use. Somebody else on the Hangouts on Air said, hey, that's the book that I'm using too. Others use other books, all right? Throughout my whole professional experience, I've used many books to teach the Cisco, okay? I've worked at mainstream colleges, I've worked at vocational colleges, I've worked at training centers, and I teach on my own. And again, the student does not pick the book. It is the school, the teacher, the instructors, the professors, whatever you want to call it. They're the ones that make the decision, and ultimately, it's going to be the school, which whatever publisher that they're working with, they're the ones that decide which book to use, okay? Luckily, I have been fortunate enough to use the Cybex book for the CCNA. And again, like I stated in the Hangouts, I've used it for many, many years, and it has worked for me. It has worked for the students that I've taught. Is that the end all to everything? No. We use many websites. I tell my students, do your research. Google it. It's in Webster's Dictionary, for God's sakes. Google it. Find out the answer. Tell me what it is. This is how you study. This is how you work. You do research, okay? You look at different websites, study guides. When you look at a chapter test, you're looking at questions that you look for the answers for. So it's not one thing that you use. I mean, you cannot take, let's say, just to use Microsoft, an example, a book that's this thick for server and say, hey, that's everything I need to know about a server. That's not true. There's a million other things you need to know about a server. But again, this is something geared to a certification. But yes, do your research, okay? The only thing I have ever said is that my teaching methods are not conventional. They're not. You're not going to see, I'm very dynamic, I'm very upbeat. I try to give you things in the most simple way. And I've been criticized for it, and that's fine. You know, I'm not the guy that wears the tie and the suit and all that. So yes, my teaching methods are not conventional, but I'm giving you correct information. Okay? Now, the main concern or the main comment in this book was the simple fact that I am telling you to take the test in one part. Okay, and let me quote some things here. Okay, this viewer stated, okay, and let me see where I wrote that. This viewer stated, and I quote, "It is better to take the test in two parts because they took it in two parts." If it worked for them, great. And I've done it where I've told you, and I'm going to tell you exactly where I've told it, that if you're comfortable with it, you take it in two parts too. I'm saying to take it in one part. He has another quote that he says in there. He says, to take it in two parts, it's to divide and conquer. I believe in the latter of that. Conquer. Yes, let's conquer the CCNA, whether you take it in one test or two tests. It does not matter. It matters on the individual. I've known many students who have taken it in 2 and they failed the first one. I know many students have taken it in 1 and they failed it. So it's again up to how much research you have been doing, how much studying you have been doing, and understanding and practicing the labs that are within your books, all right, or the labs on 9-Tut. Practice, not only memorizing what's there. You have never ever heard me say memorize questions and answer. I would never say something to that effect, okay? I will never tell you to memorize something. I will tell you, look at it. They're saying this, well then let's prove it. If it's a lab, do the lab. If not, go to another website, go to the book, see what the book says. Is there a correlation in there? So always back up everything, back up your resources, okay? And remember, it's my experience. Yes, my experience. I have been in the IT world and I'm still in the IT world, so I know what's out there and I know what's going on, okay? And I'm always going to give you my professional, and here's the word, opinion, okay? And again, opinions are a dime a dozen. You can take it or you can leave it, okay? It's completely up to you, all right? But I'm just telling you things that in my opinion has worked in the 12 years plus, okay, that I've been teaching the Cisco exam, and the books that I've been using, which it just so happens has been the Cybex book. It has worked. It's been very positive. I've gotten very positive feedback. So I want to give you the positive feedback. This morning question and answer in the Hangs On Air was beautiful. Everybody was sharing information about new packet tracers for Linux, about GNS3, about what websites they go to, all these different things. And that's what it should be. It should be about networking professionals or professionals in themselves wanting to share information so they can give you that information so you can use it. But what's weird to me that this Highlander 1968 is a CCNA. But I never saw this individual in the Hangouts on Air to share information about his experience taking his CCNA, because apparently he's CCNA certified. So why didn't he give us his opinion? Why wasn't he on the live Hangouts on Air? I don't know, but I can give you my hypothesis. I believe this individual doesn't want you to get the certification. I believe this individual is trying to grow doubt and fear in your head about yourself and about me. He's trying to discredit me. So you think, hey, Las doesn't know what he's talking about. Oh my God, Las is not telling us the whole truth. And this is what happens, and I've seen it a million times in the YouTube channel and everywhere around. People that put comments that are negative. Do not listen to negative comments. I'm sorry. You have to make your opinion on your own about yourself, about me. Okay? If you go to my channel, you'll see that everything, the 98% of it is all positive feedback. Okay? Not because I'm the best and I'm the best instructor out there. Not at all. Is that because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get people certified. I want you to get your certification. Why wouldn't I want you to get your certification? I want you out there. Hey, I want you working by my side. I want you to help me and to do whatever. I want you to improve in your job. I want you to get those pieces of paper that's going to help you succeed in life. That's my goal. That's what I want you to do. So earlier today, when I stated, hey, you can take the test in one test, not in two, that wasn't the end all to everything. That was my personal opinion to all of you, that you could take the test that way, and then it's over, and then for the next 3 years you can worry about something else. Okay? But this particular individual, that's Highlander 1968, is very negative. And I want to point out certain time frames in the video. If you don't mind, I'm just going to look down here at my paper, okay? In 2 minutes and 46 seconds in the Hangout video, I stated that this is my personal opinion. He's saying that I'm telling you this is the way to do it. I don't. I'm saying, hey, this is my personal opinion. Okay? in 3 minutes and 46 seconds. I suggested if you do not feel comfortable taking the exam in one part, take it in two. Okay? In 1 hour and 16 minutes and 5 seconds, 1 hour and 43 minutes and 24 seconds, 1 hour and 44 minutes and 40 seconds. I tell you, don't just memorize. I tell you to study. Okay? And especially in 1 hour, 44 minutes, and 33 seconds. I don't want to repeat what I said, but I want you to go to the video. I want you to go to that 1:44:33, and I want you to see exactly what I say. Be active listeners, because apparently Mr. or Mrs. Highlander 1968 wasn't being an active listener. They were being a passive listener. And if this person doesn't understand what that is, let me explain what that is. A passive listener hears noise. Do you remember Snoopy, those cartoons, when the adults would talk and they would be like, wah, 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 wah. And I think that's what this person was hearing, because apparently he didn't go through the whole video and he wasn't active listening to the words, processing it in the brain, and understanding the concept of what's saying, that which is study and use all the resources at your disposal. So again, I truly, truly believe that this person was there to hinder you instead of to help you. Okay? So again, this is ultimately up to you. You need to conquer the CCNA. I want to help you conquer that CCNA. Do what needs to get done. Go to the websites that we spoke about. Use the book or the books. They're available to you. Okay? Use your friends. Look at people that already have their certification. See what they did and whatever resources they're available to them. And take that test. And pass it. Whether it's one test or two tests. It's completely up to you. Alright? So again, I thank you for your time. If you have any questions, any doubts, any concerns, any issues, again, my email is info@thenetworkingdoctors.com. Do not hesitate to send me an email. Stay positive, stay strong, and you'll be CCNA in no time. Thank you.